Howdy folks, hope everybody's doing well. So today we're taking a look at a new product from Brinyte. This apparently is said Brinyte. I've been saying it Brinyte because that is how it's spelled, but Brinyte. I did a video on the XP22, this crazy cool little dual head light here. Super bright, very durable. I've had this on a 12 gauge shotgun, several hundred rounds through it on a bullpup 12 gauge, and it's held up very, very well. Really cool little lights. This is an upgraded version. This is the XP22 Pro. So let's hop in here and take a look. We've got some foam here. We have our light. We get an Allen wrench, which I'll talk about in a second. Another little key here in case you have a smaller rail. We have a warranty card, QR code. This has a 3-year warranty on these, so that's pretty good. We got a little product catalog here, just showing all their different lights. Cool stuff. We get our user manual, just a fold-out book, but a lot of information here. Looks pretty good. Move that stuff out of the way. We'll talk about this here real quick. Just first off, comparing the two, the XP22 is a little bit smaller, lengthwise, about the same size, width. So the only difference really is just going to be this little extra length here. The other difference is going to be this has a green laser. So you get your dual lights and a green laser at the same time, which is pretty cool. A little strobe function. And this one is nice because you have also the laser. And that thing reaches pretty far too. That's way over, that's 70 some yards away. They've also redesigned the buttons here. You can actually just use one light. I don't want to blind you through the camera, but you can use one light, you can use the other light, or you can use both. And just cycling through those clicks. You can also double click your main switch for a strobe. Just double click real fast. One click to take it back. The laser will be the right button here, and that's just on and off. You do have an adjustment here for the elevation on the laser, which is why they provide the Allen wrench, and that's a pretty cool addition. Price difference is really only about $10 between these two. I would much rather have, the laser and this redesigned tailpiece here with the redesigned buttons. You also have a lock mode on here. If you hold it for 5 seconds, it will lock it, so you're not going to accidentally turn it on. That's locked, so that's not going to accidentally turn on. And if you hold it for 5 more seconds, okay, it'll flash when you've locked or unlocked. So now it's back on. And those instructions are actually printed right here on the back of this. Now the other difference, the XP22 was 1300 lumen with about a 260 meter distance. XP22 Pro is 1600 lumen, and they're saying this goes out to about 374 meter beam. I didn't have a space to really test this when I was showing it outside, but you can see here, I'm shining it across the street. That's about 80 yards, and then I move over a little bit. That's probably 120 yards. I'm shining this light, and it's lighting up the trees across the street. So really, really bright. All right, so we got Gen 1 here. Go way over there. That's about 80 yards away. Check out Gen 2. Maybe a little bit tighter beam, a little tighter throw. Yeah, that's bright. We're getting like 100 yards away or more. It'll really light up whatever area you're in. Now, I didn't really notice the difference outside, but when I brought these inside and I'm shining them on the wall of my house, I can definitely see a difference between the two. The XP22 Pro is definitely brighter. With the addition of the laser, makes it very, very cool. So these are aluminum. They are IPX6 waterproof. They also sell a pressure switch for this that plugs in right here, and you can pick those up for about $15 from Amazon on the Brinyte site. And I'll link that in the description below as well. If you want to attach a pressure switch to, say your handguard, you don't want to use the button here, you can do that as well. Now, Brinyte did send me out this, Brinyte US, the Amazon store. They did send me one of these out, and I do appreciate that. The really nice thing about the XP22 and the XP22 Pro is you get no shadows because you have a light on either side. When you have a light on one side of your firearm, you're going to get some shadows over here. This eliminates that. The other cool thing is, being so low profile, you can actually mount this on top of, say, like an AR. You can mount it on top. Your optic should have a clear view right over this. So if you, all right, so yeah, we got it mounted up here on the front of this AR, and you can clearly see my optic is over the top of that. You also get a, with your C grip, you can easily actuate that button, and actually all the buttons. If you wanted to mount it on top, you can mount it on the bottom, you can mount it on the side, whatever you want to do, but I would suggest top or bottom so you get the use of both these lights with light out either side. Very, very cool products from Brinyte. I'm going to get this on something and run some rounds through it, but for now I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the changes between the XP22 Pro and the original XP22 Scorpion. This one I know is a great light because like I said, I have a bunch of rounds through it on a 12-gauge bullpup. It's taken some abuse, and it's still kicking. Also in this box is a charging cable. This is proprietary. It is a magnetic charge. That port is right here. That just magnets right to it. Battery life on these, they say about 65-minute runtime on this. I keep this one that's on my Tokarev bullpup. I keep this pretty much plugged in most of the time when I'm not using it. It does take the same charger. Another great product from Brinyte. It looks like they've improved some on the XP22 Scorpion, which I thought was already a really outstanding light. And I trust this light for home defense. And now with the improvements on this, very, very cool. XP22 Pro runs about $98, $99, and the XP22 Scorpion runs about $90. So not much of a difference. You can go either way. If you want a little smaller, you could go with the Scorpion, or the Pro if you want the green laser and the little bit of extra lumen. These buttons, redesigned buttons, are pretty nice. They're very positive. The fact you can run one light or two just by cycling through is also very, very cool. So that's what I've got for you today on the Brinyte XP22 Pro. Like I said, I'm going to get this mounted up, and you'll probably see it in some videos. Mounted up to something, and I'll give you an update how it holds up. But I've had this one, they sent me out this one maybe a year ago or so, and I've been shooting with it. It's been out to the range quite a bit, and it's been really good. So super impressed with both these lights from Brinyte. I will link both these lights in the description below. I will also link the pressure switch that plugs into the XP Pro. So if you want to do a pressure switch, you can do that. I will also link my campsite page. You will find all my affiliate links there. Using those links costs you nothing extra. It does help the channel, and I do appreciate it. I will see y'all next time I make a video. Y'all stay safe out there.